What's up, people of YouTube? This is Royal here, bringing you guys another video to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a review over Captain Marvel. So I recently went and watched this movie, and I'm going to give you guys my detailed breakdown of my opinion on this movie. Now, I'm going to try to avoid major spoilers. Odds are there's going to be some small spoilers in here. So if you don't want to see any information or any spoilers in regards to this movie, feel free to click away now. I will not be offended. So this is your warning. But to everybody else, before we get into the topic at hand, if you are new to my channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. I've been grinding out content, been doing a lot of side stuff, so I haven't been uploading a lot of videos, but trying to get back on that grind of an upload a day. But if you guys are interested in seeing more content and you like what I'm putting out there, please hit the sub button. I'd greatly appreciate it. Leave a like, gets my videos out there to more people. Now let's get into the topic at hand. Now, Brie Larson, the actress who plays Captain Marvel, had a lot of heat going into this movie. There's a lot of internet trolls out there and a lot of people saying that Brie Larson is ruining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I took all of that into consideration, and I wasn't, it didn't make me not want to see the movie. I still wanted to see it, but I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of shitty, some of the stuff she said, I guess, depending on, what was actually true. But I was like, I'm still going to go see the movie because I like Marvel movies. So I went to go watch it, and heading into this movie, I was fully expecting it to be of the same level of importance as, like, Doctor Strange, where it was like, yeah, it matters to the story, but he's also not, like, the huge, like, the biggest character out of all of them. So, wasn't expecting it to be that important, just kind of, like, crucial to the next movie, and that's about it. Boy, was I was wrong. I was absolutely wrong. Captain Marvel is a very, very cool character, and I don't know why we haven't seen her before. Like, I feel like knowing of her at the start of this new generation of Marvel movies would have been very, very nice to know, honestly. Like, she is basically the Superman of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, I didn't know a whole lot about Captain Marvel going into this movie, so to some people this isn't going to be a huge shock, but I didn't know general stuff. Like, I knew her logo, I knew some stuff about, like, the Kree, and I knew how she became Captain Marvel, which is different in the movie than what it actually is. But this character, the level of importance that she plays is absolutely incredible. So you start out the movie with Brie Larson kind of doing some hand-to-hand combat with somebody that she is friends with. It's like her commander, basically. And she has this power, which is like glowy hand cannon explosive things, right? That she has to learn to control. You don't know how she got this power. You just know that she has it. Well, the guy that she's fighting with and training with says, remember, what's been given to you can be taken. If you don't learn to control this, then you're going to have to answer to the, I forget what it's called, the supremacy or something along those lines, basically like a court. Well, at the end of them fighting, she kind of loses her cool, sends old dude flying, has to answer to the Supreme Court or whatever the hell it's called in the movie. And the way that this court system works in the movie is that she sees whoever is most important to her. So she starts seeing this woman who is, trying to give her some information and some perspective on why she needs to learn to control her ability and her power. And it's basically just one giant mind game at that point. And she has no clue who she is. Because like I said, she shows up on this planet. She's half dead. She does not remember where she came from or why she's there. She just knows that she was half dead, taken to this planet. There's a blood transfusion done. It saves her life. Now she bleeds blue, which is the Kree. And that's kind of her knowledge on why she is there training to fight. Now, why would she be training to fight, you may ask? That is because the Kree have this ongoing war with the Skrull. The Skrull are a group of aliens, I guess you could say, or weird-looking beings. They literally look like traditional aliens, if we're being completely honest. But they're shapeshifters. So they can turn into Kree, they can turn into humans, they can turn into whoever, and they have immediate access to, like, recent memories of whoever they transform into. Now, the Kree make it seem as if the Skrull are just these evil beings that are parasitic, invading planets, harvesting them, destroying the planets, and then moving on to the next one. But that's not exactly true, and I'll get more into that later on in the video. But They go to do this rescue mission to save a spy that was supposed to be spying on the Skrull. And when they go to do this, they get ambushed. Brie Larson, or Captain Marvel, gets kidnapped. She's called Veers by the Kree in the movie. But she gets kidnapped, taken to a Skrull like spaceship. The rest of her crew get out alive and safe, but Brie Larson is gone, and she's been captured by the Skrull. Now, it cuts to the Skrull kind of probing her memory, trying to figure out something, and she has no idea what's going on, but she's getting these visions of herself in like a previous life that appears to be like the Air Force and on Earth and so on and so forth. And then, long story short, they get into a big old fight. She busts out of her confinements. She's basically raising hell with her abilities and stuff. Then she launches out into like a pod that was busted. The pod crashes into Earth, at a blockbuster to be specific. And then along with that were a bunch of the Skrull that also landed on Earth. So now there's this fear of, oh no, the Skrull are invading Earth. That is when Nick Fury and the Shield kind of come into play. From here moving forward, there's major spoilers, so I'm not going to get too far into detail. More or less, things end up not being what they seem. There's some internal struggles. Brie Larson develops her true ability. Captain Marvel develops her true ability, and she just becomes absolutely insane. I'm talking she stopped like 50 nuclear warheads with just her body alone. Like, it was absolutely ridiculous, and she flew through them. She flew through the 50 nuclear warheads that had already exploded. So, absolutely insane and ridiculous. It blew my mind. I didn't realize the level of importance that she plays in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or that she is going to play from what I can tell. But let's talk about my opinion of the movie. I'm giving you guys kind of a breakdown of how the movie goes. Now, my opinion of the movie was that it was very well acted. Initially, I didn't think Brie Larson was going to be a good choice of an actress to play Captain Marvel, but as the story developed, as the movie went on, I ended up really liking her as Captain Marvel. You get to see a young Nick Fury, which is a more lighter Nick Fury. He was comedic. The comedic value of this movie was very, very good. Then you also get to see how he manages to lose his eye later on in the movie, which I won't spoil for you guys, but that was entertaining to see. You get to see a whole nother side of creatures, I guess you can say, and what really started the need for the Avengers. Without Captain Marvel and everything that happened in this movie, there wouldn't have been a reason for Nick Fury to say, okay, we need to start the Avengers Initiative. We need to find more people like her to defend the planet. So that alone shows how important she is as a character. So the acting was good. The story was good. Nothing, I will say this, nothing that happened in the story was really mind-blowing. Like, a lot of it, aside from a couple of things you could kind of tell was going to happen, but there was a lot of little subtle things that happened that you're like, oh, wow, I wasn't really expecting that, that played into the story. So I'm happy about that. I think that the movie was, overall, I think the movie was really good. Like I said, it was well acted. The storyline was good. I can see how it plays into Infinity War. I can see why he paged her in the first place, which in the movie you learn why he was able to page her, like literally galaxies away. The reason why is because she upgraded his pager, which is, it sounds silly, but you have to see the movie to fully understand that. Then on top of all of this, you have the fear of like Thanos, right? Like, Thanos came in and he did so much damage. Who's the one person that can stop Thanos? Well, once you watch this movie, you'll understand that that is very obvious, that it is pretty much just gonna be her. She is the only hope that there really is to stop Thanos. And I didn't, before watching this movie, I didn't see how there could be any one person that would be able to have the ability to do any major damage to Thanos. For Christ's sake, Thor couldn't do anything, right? But I was very wrong. It's very clear that Captain Marvel is a very, very good contestant and character to fight Thanos, and I think we're going to get to see that. So, moving forward here with the review of the movie, I think that it was a great movie. The setting was good. The theme of the nostalgia in the 90s was fantastic. I liked the more lighthearted version of Nick Fury in The Shield. I think that she ended up being a very good actress to play Captain Marvel, and I liked her development and ability to go from being controlled almost to really unlocking her true ability and what she can do. I think that was all very crucial in the movie overall. So I'd say if there's anybody who's watching this that says, you know what, I'm not going to go watch it, she said some stuff online at one point and it rubbed me the wrong way, try and put that aside. Go spend the money and just watch this movie. Don't waste this, because she's a very cool character, and I would say she's probably top 5 most important characters in the MCU at this point in terms of what she has to bring to the table. And I'm really looking forward to how she is a part of the movies going forward. And I hope we get to see a second Captain Marvel movie. I'd like to see what happens between the 90s when she leaves Earth, which you'll find out more about that in the movie itself, and the time where she gets paged. Like, what is happening in between that time? I'd really like to know. But that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I would say overall that the movie was great. I'd give it probably an 8 out of 10, maybe a little bit higher if I'm feeling generous. I think it's definitely worth a watch, and just like any other Marvel movie, I think it adds a lot to the overall MCU, and I was happy that they made it. Anyways, guys, once again, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and deuces.